ever feel like being a teacher is like its own superpower?
Mm-hmm.
Juggling all those different learning styles, like trying to stay ahead of the tech curve, and then on top of it all, this mountain of paperwork.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
it is.
Today we're diving into, the wild world of challenges that teachers face every day,
Yeah.
and we're going to explore how AI could be that trusty sidekick that teachers desperately need.
Yeah.
We've got articles, research papers, expert insights all lined up
Nice.
to really paint a picture of what the future classroom might actually look like,
Yeah.
especially for you listening.
What's so fascinating is that everyone in education is buzzing about AI.
Right.
Like, it's seriously got the potential to be a game changer,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to tackling some of these, like, age-old challenges in education.
Totally. And one article, top 10 biggest challenges teachers face in the classroom today.
Mm-hmm.
They put diverse learning styles right at the very top. And I mean, let's be real. A one-size-fits-all approach, it just doesn't work.
No.
Not when you're trying to reach every single student.
It's true. It's like, trying to solve one of those puzzles where all the pieces are different shapes.
Right.
It takes a lot of time, a lot of creativity, and you
Yeah.
got to deeply understand each student's strengths and needs.
And speaking of understanding, effective communication is another big one, right?
Huge.
Especially with younger students.
Yeah.
Who maybe they don't have the words
Right.
to express what they're struggling with.
Totally.
It's like trying to have a conversation with someone who speaks a totally different language.
Exactly. And, teachers, they're not just educators. They have to be communicators, counselors, cheerleaders,
Right.
They're this bridge between the students, the parents, and the whole school community.
Don't forget Tech Wizard, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
AI in education. Streamlining tasks for teachers.
Yeah.
This one really hit home for me because they talk about how much pressure there is on teachers
Yeah.
to constantly adapt to new technology.
Well, it's
It's like learning a new language, but the dictionary keeps getting updated every other day.
Exactly. And it's not even just about keeping up. It's about doing it with, no time and no resources.
Right.
It's like someone handing you this, brand new telescope, but no star charts.
Right.
And they're like, all right, go navigate the cosmos.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, figure it out.
And then you pile on the administrative work,
Yeah.
the grading, the reports, the
Yes.
lesson planning.
Yes.
It's just an avalanche of paperwork.
It's so true. AI in education, streamlining administrative tasks for a brighter future, really dives deep on how much this impacts, teacher well-being
Yeah.
and ultimately the quality of education that students get.
Yeah.
One source even mentioned teachers spending more than half of their time on non-instructional tasks.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's a lot. That's time being taken away from the things that really matter.
Right.
Engaging with their students, fostering that love of learning, creating an exciting classroom.
Right. It's that face-to-face time. That's so important. And that statistic, it really puts things into perspective.
Yeah.
It's no wonder that burnout is so huge
Right.
in the education field.
Totally.
It's like running a marathon with a backpack full of rocks.
Yeah, pretty much.
So how might AI offer some relief?
Right.
Let's dig into that.
Okay.
One area that seems like, perfect for AI is grading.
Yeah.
AI in education.
Yeah.
Streamlining tasks for teachers. They talked about this. Imagine AI grading those stacks of multiple choice quizzes.
Right.
Maybe even giving feedback on essays.
You'd be a game changer. Think about what that would mean, for you as a student.
Right.
Instead of waiting days, sometimes even weeks
Yeah.
for feedback, you could get personalized insights almost instantly. That could transform how you learn.
It'd be like having a personal tutor available 24/7.
Exactly.
No more waiting with bated breath to find out how you did on that big test.
No more nail biting waiting for the grade.
Right, exactly.
And for teachers, it frees up their time
Yeah.
so they can focus on what they do best.
Right.
Crafting engaging lessons, being present in those classroom discussions, giving students that individual support.
Right. So instead of being bogged down with grading, teachers can be more like learning coaches.
Yeah,
Guiding, helping students reach their full potential. I love that. What about all those other administrative tasks that seem to just suck the life out of a teacher's day?
Well, AI in education, streamlining administrative tasks for a brighter future.
Okay.
They highlight attendance tracking
Okay.
as a prime candidate for AI.
Okay.
No more wasting time calling roll at the beginning of every class. AI, they can use like facial recognition technology now.
Wow.
To like seamlessly track attendance.
Right.
And give those precious minutes back to the teachers.
Right, so it's a smoother start to the lesson. Students can dive into learning right away.
Yeah.
It's all about maximizing that precious class time.
Absolutely, and remember those personalized learning paths that we were talking about?
Yeah.
That's where AI's data crunching abilities can really shine.
Okay.
AI can analyze student data, so like performance on quizzes, how they're engaging with online learning platforms, even like pinpoint areas where they're struggling, and then create these like customized learning journeys for each student.
Okay, so instead of everyone marching to the beat of the same drum, we've got students progressing at their own pace.
Yeah.
Focusing on the areas where they need that extra support.
Totally.
And they can like dive deeper into the subjects that they're actually curious about.
Exactly. It's about making education more engaging, more effective, and way more relevant for every single student.
Yeah.
AI in education, streamlining tasks for teachers, even touched upon how AI-powered chatbots could handle frequently asked questions from students and parents.
Oh, I like that.
Like, seriously, a game changer.
Yeah.
Right. Need to know if that field trip permission slip is due.
Right.
Just ask the chatbot.
Right. No more waiting for a teacher to like dig through their inbox for that one email.
Yeah. It's about making a more responsive and supportive learning environment.
Give everyone.
For everybody.
Okay.
And then on top of that, think about the possibilities for language learners or students with learning disabilities.
Right.
AI could do real-time translation, text-to-speech capabilities.
Right.
We're talking about making education accessible and inclusive for everybody.
Now we're talking about a truly equitable education system where technology really helps to level that playing field.
Exactly.
And make sure every student has the opportunity to succeed.
Yeah.
But as with any powerful tool,
we
have to make sure it's used responsibly.
Absolutely. Best AI tools for school administrators really emphasized the need to carefully vet any AI tools or platforms used in schools, making sure they meet those high standards for data privacy and security.
Of course, yeah.
Because we're talking about sensitive student data.
Right.
And that needs to be protected.
Absolutely, yeah.
Transparency is key, too.
Yeah.
Parents, students, teachers, everyone should understand how AI is being used in their schools.
Totally. Yeah, trust is so important, especially when we're talking about something as new and rapidly evolving as AI.
Totally.
Schools really need to be proactive about addressing concerns, providing clear information, and just fostering an open dialogue about the ethical implications of AI in education.
100%.
It sounds like successfully integrating AI in education is going to take a team effort.
Right.
Educators, administrators, parents, students, all working together to shape this brave new world.
Exactly. It's a team effort for sure.
But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about some of the specific AI tools that are already out there making waves.
Yeah.
One that really stood out to me was EdVol Education.
Okay.
Best AI tools for school administrators called it a game changer.
Yeah.
And it's an AI-powered scheduling system.
Interesting.
Scheduling, that doesn't sound very revolutionary at first.
Right.
But they were saying it's a big deal.
Yeah, so imagine trying to create a school timetable for hundreds of students, each with their own course selections, their teacher preferences, extracurricular activities.
Right.
It's a logistical nightmare.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's like this giant Sudoku puzzle where the numbers keep changing.
Right, exactly.
So EdVol comes in, and it's like the master organizer.
Right.
Using AI to create actually efficient and personalized schedule.
Wow.
That take all of that into account.
So instead of those dreaded scheduling conflicts, where you end up with 2 exams at the same time or back-to-back classes in buildings on opposite ends of campus.
The worst.
Students get a more personalized, more streamlined experience.
Exactly. And EdVol can even take into account teacher availability.
Oh, wow.
Classroom capacity, student learning needs to really create those schedules that optimize learning
Right.
and minimize those like annoying disruptions.
It's like having a personal assistant who only does school logistics.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, beyond scheduling, there's this whole other world
Yeah.
of parent-teacher communication, and that's another area where
Yeah.
best AI tools for school administrators highlighted some cool AI solutions.
Totally.
One that really stood out to me was talking points.
Okay. Yeah.
What's the story there?
So talking points are all about like bridging that communication gap
Okay.
between schools and families, especially for families who don't speak English as their first language.
Right.
Imagine you're a parent, you speak like mainly Spanish, and you get a message from your kid's teacher, but it's in English.
Right. Yeah.
That's a huge barrier.
Yeah, super frustrating.
Totally, for everyone involved.
Yeah, for sure.
So talking points,
Okay.
they use AI to provide real-time language translation.
Wow.
So a teacher, they can type a message in English
Right.
and it's instantly translated into Spanish for the parent.
That's amazing.
And it works the other way around too.
Wow. Okay.
So it's all about seamless communication
Right.
and empowering those families
Yeah.
to be actively involved in their child's education.
That's amazing. It's like having a universal translator
Right.
right there in your pocket,
Exactly.
breaking down those language barriers
Yeah.
and just creating stronger connections between schools and families.
100%.
What about all those meetings that teachers have?
Oh, yeah.
I imagine that eats up a lot of their time too.
It does. Meetings can be such a time suck.
Yeah.
But there's this tool, Best AI Tools for School Administrators talked about it.
Okay.
It's called Firefly's AI.
Okay.
And it's basically like a superpowered note taker.
Interesting.
It records, transcribes, and even analyzes meetings.
Wow.
It pulls out the key points,
Amazing.
the action items.
So instead of like frantically scribbling notes,
Yeah.
teachers can actually like be present and engaged
Totally.
in the discussion,
Yeah.
and then they can go back later and
Right.
look at a detailed transcript.
Exactly. It's like having a personal assistant who just like lives for taking notes.
That's brilliant. I love it.
It's a game changer.
Any other AI tools out there that really impressed you?
One that comes to mind is Brisk Teaching,
Okay.
and they focus on like giving feedback on student work.
Okay.
Imagine being able to give like personalized, detailed feedback
Yeah.
on every student's writing assignments
Yeah.
without having to like spend hours hunched over a giant stack of papers.
Yeah. Right.
That's what Brisk Teaching does.
It's like having a team of like virtual teaching assistants
And
whose
original-
only job is to help students be better writers.
Exactly. It's a game changer for teachers and students.
Absolutely.
And then for those like data-driven decisions
Right.
that are so important in education,
Yeah.
there's Tellius,
Okay.
which helps schools make sense of all the data they collect.
Okay.
Because it's one thing to, gather all that data.
Yeah.
There's a whole other thing to actually understand what it means.
Right.
And how you can use it
Yeah.
to actually make teaching and learning better.
It's like having a data whisperer on staff, unlocking the secrets hidden within all that data.
Exactly.
This has been like incredibly eye-opening.
Yeah.
It seems like AI has the potential to like completely reshape the education landscape.
It really does, and in really profound ways.
Yeah,
It's an exciting time to be in the world of education.
for sure.
And while it's important, to be thoughtful and address those concerns,
Of course. Yeah.
the potential benefits here are just like too big to ignore.
Yeah, they're huge.
That's
They're
right.
huge. It feels like we're on the cusp of like a whole new era in education.
It does.
One where technology is empowering teachers, personalizing learning,
Yeah,
strengthening those connections between schools and students and families.
100%. Who knows what incredible innovations are coming next?
So true. So for everyone listening, we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
What excites you most about the potential of AI in education?
What are you curious about?
What questions or concerns do you have?
Let's keep this conversation going.
This is a conversation that needs to happen.